It came down to the final game of the season, but despite losing two key pieces for half the season, Jalen Brunson and the Knicks are going to the playoffs with 50 wins and the number 2 seed. And after the Sixers win over the Heat in their matchup in the play-in tournament, they are heading to New York to start the first round on Saturday with a healthy Joel Embiid ready to go. We haven't seen these versions of these teams compete during the regular season. New York beat Philly with both teams fully healthy, split 2 games without their stars, and beat them once with OG Anunoby, but no Julius Randle or Embiid. As with most competitive series, this one will come down to the wire. The slightest final adjustment will likely give one team the edge, so let's break down what that might be and predict who will win the series. The Knicks will prioritize slowing down the combination of reigning MVP Embiid and his right-hand man Tyrese Maxey. They have 2 strong defensive centers to put on Embiid, and they will rely on Donte DiVincenzo and Deuce McBride to slow down Maxey. Expect Anunoby to be used as needed against both the Philly stars. In his 2 matchups with the Sixers, he's played free safety off Tobias Harris with no consequence, and the Knicks will likely open games this way and adjust accordingly. He will also cause problems off ball and be a key helper with Embiid down low. New York can trust others to rotate behind him and shut down open looks. Philly will throw Kelly Oubre Jr. and Kyle Lowry, 2 of their bigger guards, on the perimeter at Brunson. Having Embiid as the opposing paint defender will help disrupt Brunson's go-to center pick and rolls, so expect him to constantly use the wing screen, especially ones that Maxey is guarding. Brunson will need to create shots under pressure as the Sixers prefer anybody else to beat them to the rim. Making pocket passes to the short pick and rolls and effectively being able to dribble past their main defender to find someone on the open side will be crucial. As much as the stars run the league, the second, third, and fourth options can easily step up and affect a series as much as their lead options. This is especially relevant for the Knicks, with no true secondary options against the strong offensive presence in Embiid and Maxey. Philly has the explosive Oubre as backup and can count on random eruptions from one of their guys such as Nick Batum did against the Heat. The Knicks' leading scorers behind Brunson since the Randle injury were DiVincenzo, Josh Hart, and Deuce McBride. Not to discredit those names, but they aren't exactly playoff reliable on the pick and roll or in isolation. The Knicks will have to work very hard to get a healthy share of good looks for them and Brunson. They started that process in the regular season, using Brunson as a decoy and playing him off ball, but good shooting from DiVincenzo and Bojan Bogdanovic will be vital in getting the Knicks enough points to pull away with this. The biggest X factor in this series is definitely OG Anunoby, who can be compared to a young Kawhi Leonard. He's shown flashes in Toronto and New York, but can't lightly contribute 12 and 15 if the Knicks want to do well this series. He needs 20 plus points along with his strong defensive presence. Few plays are unknown in this series, and both teams know what each other wants to do. It's when legs are tired and stars are left to win games in the final moments that series like this are decided. Knowing that, we'll likely see these 2 teams engage in target basketball, meaning Philly will attack Brunson every trip down and New York will attack Maxey in return. We saw this in multiple matchups, and it will bring out a lot of on-the-fly adjustments. Brunson will call for screens from Maxey's man to attack him in pick-and-roll coverage. Philly will counter with multiple different defenses, try and switch Maxey on the back line prior to the screen, and even blitz Brunson as soon as he crosses half-court. How these teams do in grinding out tough buckets in crunch time will ultimately decide the series. Philly had the 8th best net rating in the final 3 minutes of 5-point games this season, and New York was just 14th on the year, and worse after the Randle injury. Even with that, this won't be an easy series for either team, and will likely be the closest series in round 1. So, what is my final prediction? I got the Knicks in 7. There's a reason why they're the 2 seed this season. They've been able to compete with anybody, even without Randle, and I truly believe in Brunson's ability to rise to the occasion. But what do you think? Am I right? Let me know in the comments below, and like and subscribe if you enjoy. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys tomorrow for the next prediction.